Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Elite Zone. I've got Miss Blake Ferretti with me as my co-host, as always. Blake, how are you this morning?
Whoa, I am doing good. I think I'm losing my voice again, but we are here. It is Friday.
It
Friday
is.
night. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Did you? I remember like a couple weeks ago, you were just getting over like a cold or something. Did you catch another one?
You know what? I think it's just working hard and nonstop and just
Yeah,
need to get better sleep. And I
I
think
got it.
my body will be able to recover.
Yep, for sure. I get that. Well, look, we're talking about some interesting things today. We're talking about systems, we're talking about automation, we're talking about follow-up, all of the juicy stuff that these agents, really need to perfect in order to make it to that next level. Because the deals that agents are losing, they're not like it's not, there's no rejection, it's not a phone call where they called and nobody answered. It's just silence, right? Like they're losing the leads before they even meet them due to
Yeah,
the invisibility, right? So
correct.
we want to get these agents more visible, but also there's automations that
Mhm.
you can use that is going to increase your level of success here. So I know we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about CRMs. We're going to talk about all that fun stuff. But I just wanted to start with manual follow up. There's a lot of agents still doing manual follow up, Blake, but what is the problem with manual follow up?
Life. So I would say, honestly, just life in general. I think when we rely on manual follow up, we get busy. We're at listings, we're at open houses. Maybe you have to go pick up your kids from school or drop them off.
Yep.
Maybe you have to go to an event, a doctor's appointment. Like literally, there's so many things that could be coming up. Where if you are relying on memory or a little sticky note for your to-dos, then
Hmm.
those things potentially could slip through the cracks, which happen. But they don't have to happen if you set it up with the automation. It's really there for like a safety net, for that initial, uh, I would say, interaction. It doesn't need to be the only interaction, but for sure that, immediate response of just letting people know, hey, I'm here, or, whether it's properties that they're looking for, to have to manually go in and be like, all right, I'm going to dedicate hours to go through all the listings on the MLS and say, these are the properties I think my client's going to want. That's time consuming. And unfortunately, there's just not that many hours in a day to be able to do all that work. So manual work is just too many holes and cracks for things to fall through. And especially now in 2026, there's so many tools that will allow you to stay ahead and make sure that those things don't fall through those cracks.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're so right. Everybody, we've all got cell phones, we've all got stuff to do. People have 24/7 access to us through text, through social media. So if you're the cost of silence and the cost of
Mhm.
not following up with leads right away can make or break, real estate sales success. So
Yeah.
this is really, really huge, guys. And most agents I feel like don't even realize they're losing I'm willing to bet there's some agents out there that have gotten people on their website. They're looking at things, maybe even filled out a form, and they just slip through the cracks. Like you said, they never were able to respond to the person because they're running everything manual. They're logging in, they're trying to, make calls. They're trying to get the right context,
Yep.
or maybe they call, but they don't have the right information about the person,
Yeah.
because they're not using the right system. So I guess what I'm trying to say here, what we're trying to say is that it's not a you're not lazy. It's not a follow-up problem, it's a systems problem, right?
Correct. Correct.
So, yeah, and I think that, there's some specific automations that we talked about on the last, episode that all agents that you guys should, get into action. The new lead, the instant response, right? We've been talking about speed to lead.
Yes.
Your first message, getting it out to the person right when they're searching for whatever they're searching for on your website, right? Because the system will
Yeah.
tell you that. A follow-up to a showing, re-engagement for cold leads. Maybe somebody was engaging with you and then they dropped off. So how do you re-engage that person? You set up an automation for that. Contract milestone check-ins or celebrations, right? Everybody loves that. I think that's really underutilized, is reaching out to clients just to say congrats
Congrats
or
on your 1 year,
hello or
2 year,
yeah,
3
right?
year.
Exactly. And then
You're ready to expand your portfolio?
yeah, yeah, yep, exactly, and then the referral ask, right? So that's
Yeah.
another one, is reaching out, but the thing is if you're going in and you're trying to do all of this stuff with all of your clients manually, it's gonna burn you out. So, let's talk about building the system and
Mhm.
how the mobile app helps with this because, everything is mobile. It's mobile first, just like you said.
Yeah.
2026, it's mobile first, right? So you got the
Yeah.
mobile app, you get some automations in there. How does this system help you become, dangerous out there?
Yeah. Well, first, if anyone is listening right now and they do not have the mobile app downloaded and they are a partner with Agent Elite, I'm going to have you pause right here. I'm going to have you go to the App Store and download Max for Real Estate. MAXFOR Real Estate. All right, step one. If you're not a partner with Agent Elite yet, you still have time. Give us a call, go to our website, and reach out to one of our consultants. And we would be more than happy to show you what the app looks like, how it works. So that way, as we're talking about it in this episode, you can go back and say, I know exactly what they're talking about. Um, so the system, the fun system, yes, we all have phones in our pockets. We have little mini computers, basically. And what this app allows you to do is manage your contacts at any level or any part of the funnel that your contact is at. So when you first open up your app, basically have your dashboard. That dashboard allows you to kind of get an overview of like your to-dos, right? Like, hey, what contacts are having activity? Or hey, I see I need to still add 3 people in my list for today. So it's just kind of an overview of accountability and tracking what's going on. But the fun part is looking at your lead list and being able to set a structure. I think that's where a lot of times agents get overwhelmed because they're like, I have contacts in there, but they're all over the place. I don't know who I should reach out to first. I don't know where I should even start. And because it's overwhelming, they don't start at all. So the first
Yep.
thing is going to be understanding like, okay, let's just organize my contacts that I do have in my system already. If they're not organized, right? If they're organized, you're going to skip this step. You're going to head over
Mhm.
to step two when we get there. The first thing is going to be organizing your contacts. And what do we mean by organizing? Add tags. Add a tag if the leads come from a specific source. Add a tag if you know maybe this lead came from an open house you did. Put the property address that they came
Right.
from. Add a tag. Maybe you had a conversation or met them at an event. Put that tag there. Or maybe you know this person is a dog lover. Put on their profile as a tag, dog lover, right? Because then you can, and this will be the next steps, generate content in messages based off of those tags, dependent on what you put. So that's one way you can organize it. also too in the mobile app, I'm actually gonna pull it up. So I'm gonna basically be word for word of exactly what you have in your app.
Yeah.
But you can select the type of lead this is. Are they a seller? Are they a buyer? Maybe they're a renter, right? Maybe they're at the beginning of their process and they're first time home buyers. They're currently renting. So maybe the things you're sending them are a little different than someone that's already bought and sold before. Okay. Then you have the lead quality. Is this hot, warm, or maybe future? You can generate content based off of what part of the funnel they're in, right? And then you can add the birthdays. So you can send out those automated happy birthdays. And you don't have to remember and put on your calendar, oh my God, it's, Max's birthday. I
Yeah.
have to remember to send him a happy birthday. And the
Right.
next thing you know, the day passed and I'm like, oh my God, I did not message Max. I feel
Yep.
terrible. You have the transaction anniversary, like you mentioned. Put that in there if you've helped a client buy or sell and want to set up the automation to send them that, happy anniversary. You have the timeline. So that timeline is, are they looking to buy or sell in that 30, 60, 90, maybe even a year window. So that way, once again, you know what to set them up for and where or what content needs to be sent out for those specific people. Obviously, someone that is probably in the more sooner part of the journey, you're probably going to want to send them information in regards to like how the process worked. Like, hey, we're getting close. So you're looking for properties. Here's the step by step of what you're going to want to do. Look for the properties you are wanting. All right, let's talk about what escrow is going to look like. Hey, have you connected with a lender yet? Like all those things based off of what that timeline is for that client. And then the fun part, are they pre approved? Yes or no? That's good for you to know. So that way you kind of
Yeah,
know where they're
that's
right.
you gotta have that pre-approval.
You got to. If not, how do you know what you can buy or
Exactly. Yep.
And then, are they working with another agent? Are they did you ask for a referral already from this client? So those are all things that you can add into a leads profile in our CRM, and you can do that right through your phone. You can do it through the desktop as well, but of course, it's super easy because we know we all have our phones in our hand. So that is step 1 is organizing your contacts. Go in there and you know what? Yes, it may take some time to start, but imagine you set aside even an hour a day, let's just say for, I don't know, 3 days. That's 3 hours that you put aside to help yourself get set up for success down the road, right? Like you're going to get what you put in is what you get out, right? So that 3 hours, let's say, the return on that is going to be greater than the 3 hours you put in. So if you organize your contacts at step 1, so that way it's not overwhelming. Then I would say step 2 is now let's generate email campaigns based off of now all of the different like tags or categories clients are in. If someone is new, you're probably going to want to set them up for maybe a general follow up, right? Of like,
Mhm.
hey, I know this is new for you. Here's some general information about the process, whether you're buying or selling, but I'm going to set you up for this campaign. Sweet. Or let's say someone is looking for a specific property. They came to your open house and you have tagged on there the property that they went to and they liked it, but maybe it wasn't for them. You know now, hey, they're looking for 3-bed, 2-bath. I'm going to set them
Yep.
up for a safe search now for any home in this location, 3 beds, 2-bath. The property that we were looking at was, let's just say 500K. And I'm going to at least set that for the base of their budget. And of course, hopefully, when we talk, we can make adjustments as we go.
Yep.
That's going to be step 2. So you have a well organized CRM. You are now making sure those contacts are put into some sort of email campaign or property search where they're getting touched. And by doing that, you are now generating traffic and data back to you, which in turn helps you stay top of mind. So when you're able to stay top of mind, doesn't matter where they're at in their journey, the goal is that they're thinking about you. And I think that's the most important thing that sometimes um agents can like necessarily forget about because we can be so caught up in the moment. But once again, and I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, in 6 months to a year, you're going to still need business. So why not nurture those people so when those 6 months come up or a year comes up, you can say, "Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? I know last time we talked was about a year ago, and you said you needed roughly a year. I know I've been emailing you. Anything pop out to you? Have you gotten pre-approved yet? Where are you at? How can I help you?"
Yep.
And that's like where having the automation set up in your CRM so you're not having to manually, weekly reach out with all these listing updates or just general information will allow you to have that success down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I
Super
guess I
powerful
don't want.
stuff.
Bear with me.
No, no, no. That's really, really good. And
Yeah,
like some of the big takeaways is um like it's a mindset shift,
yeah,
right? Like you have to you go from like manual struggle and stress to how much can I find out about the people that I'm trying to work with? How
yeah,
can I set up nurture campaigns that are going to be valuable to them and they'll be interested in, save searches, all of this kind of stuff. And then you set it up once, you take the time to set it up once, but then you can let it run.
yeah,
And when you do that, it's not the automation is not replacing your personal touch. It's protecting your ability to actually show up as a human when you're at a showing. Or I mean, I don't know if you've ever spoken with somebody when they're constantly on their phone or they're like, hang on one second, and they're doing
yeah,
messages and doing emails and all like it's just like they're not present there with you, right?
yeah,
So it's another thing to think about is this is going to actually make it so when you are at that showing, your stress will drop.
yep,
You don't need to be constantly checking for notifications, constantly checking for emails. You stop wondering who you might have missed or
yeah,
if leads slip through the cracks. That doesn't happen anymore because you've got your system set up to the point where if somebody is looking at a certain thing, you just tag them, okay, buyer in X neighborhood or whatever, and then it can start a specific save search or an automation. And
yeah,
I think that's really the difference between the agents who are going to scale and the ones who are going to plateau. It's setting up the systems that give them their time back, are efficient with potential buyers and sellers, and really really make you seem super sharp. Like I've done like online shopping or something and I've like checked, been looking at some stuff and maybe I bought something or maybe I didn't, but I'll get an
yeah,
email like really quickly after and they're like, "Hey, thanks for checking this out. Just wanted to say thank you. By the way, we've also got these other things X, Y, and Z. You might be interested in this if you know what I mean?" So we
yeah,
we were talking about like the Amazon thing where they're suggesting to you, "Hey, you want this," right?
yep,
Like before you even get it. So that's what we're doing here. You're setting up a system that leverages the knowledge you have and the data that your potential clients are bringing to you, their behavior on the website. And look, you already know all the questions you get. You know who you want to help. So you can set up automations for this stuff before having the conversations. And
yeah,
yeah, so it's just really, really powerful. And then having the mobile app, you can if you run a little anxious like I do, you have it in your pocket, right? So like
yeah,
you can look at it, you can check it, you can fix what you need to fix, but it's really going to help you get a lot of your time back. Which is,
100%.
yeah,
Which is
yeah,
great. It's great. And also too, like, we have clients that they know it is time consuming to where they're like, "Hey, unfortunately, I don't have all the time." So they're on our concierge, product where they basically are like, "Time or money," and I don't have the time, so I'm gonna pay the money. So that way, like, our team completely takes care of, like, all the heavy lifting, the creating the campaigns. One of our concierge clients just emailed over a new contact list to get uploaded and added to new campaigns. Like, there are resources as well if you're like, "Hey, I'm listening and it seems like that is a lot of work and I truly just don't have the time, like, especially now, it's, we're in spring, I'm getting super busy, and I need someone to do it for me." Like, we do it for you, and the fun part
Yep.
is we know what we're doing. So,
Yeah.
so if that is you, if you're listening and that resonates with you, like, once again, call us. We are more than happy to go over things with you and kind of get a game plan so that way we can set your system up for you.
Love that. So just to expand on that a little bit, if I'm an agent and I call in,
Yeah.
what's that process look like? Like, do you just ask a bunch of questions and figure out what I'm currently doing or how I'm using my systems, and then just make suggestions, or what's that experience like so agents know what to expect by calling in or contacting?
Yeah, we're gonna say top of the morning. No, we're gonna yeah, we wanna understand, like, your business, what you're doing, what you're not doing, maybe where you are excelling or maybe where there are some gaps, and then understanding, like, what tools or products you have, already in your toolbox, basically. I like to call it the little toolbox,
Mhm.
and then we can truly, align with what your goals are. So if you are, every agent's at a different point or, some agents are focused on other things. So depending on what you're trying to achieve or, what you recognize maybe your where there's areas of opportunity, I like to call it.
Yeah.
We can then discuss what actually is gonna be beneficial for you. We'll go over how those products and tools work. We give, like, a full demo of it, so you have 100% knowledge of what the commitment is, of those tools and products, and then you get sent to our lovely, customer experience team where we literally go hold your hand basically and go over, the onboarding, make sure everything's properly set up and, the client set up for success. And then they get an account manager who is basically there to walk them through how to get that success that they wanted for the goals that they had set. And once again, it's different for every client depending on what that goal is. And then also too, it is different dependent on the tools that you have. So if
Mm.
you're a concierge, that might look a little different than someone that maybe just got the website, right? So it truly all depends. It is a personalized experience. So that I think is the exciting part is because it is personalized, you're getting strategy based off of your area, your market, and your goals.
Yeah. So it's not like cookie cutter where it's like this is the
No,
package and this is what everybody gets, and so you're not creating a bigger fish pond with all the same fish swimming around. It's really
everyone
built
has their own fish.
custom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. That's awesome. Well, what about what are like 2 or 3 of the really powerful things about the CRM that you've seen, either heard agents say, "Hey, this is really great," or "This is really valuable," or "This saved time," like, the CRM specifically, I feel like
Yeah.
we've put a lot of time and effort and development into it to make
Yeah.
sure that it's, top of the line. So what do you think about that?
Yeah. Geez, where do I start? There's just so many good things. I would say a lot of feedback that we get from our clients that they really love is when you put contacts into a drip campaign, you're able to see when the email went out, if a subscriber, and a subscriber is just a contact, if they've opened any of the emails, if they have, when they open the emails, like it will give you the exact date. So if it's like, hey, this email went out on the 19th of March, they opened it on the 20th. Like it gives you all those analytics.
Yep.
And then obviously you are able to see who's still active and subscribed in that campaign versus maybe clients that have unsubscribed. That is where our clients find the, I guess, like, biggest advantage is like, "Hey, this campaign's been running for 3 weeks now, and I still have X amount of, subscribers in here, and I see that they're opening up my emails. This is a hot contact list for me to start picking up that phone and now putting my voice and personalization to already what they're getting." So, our clients, they'll do that. They'll call those people that they see active still in campaigns and opening up emails and engaging. And when they then call and have that conversation, they're having a lot more success because now they can have that conversation based off of all the stuff that they've been receiving, and they go in knowing a little more about, that conversation. So I would say being able to truly see those analytics on the back end, having a more intentional conversation, it's definitely a huge upper hand, for our client.
Love it. Yeah, awesome. Where do we go to get more information about the CRM specifically? And before we go, when
Mm,
you go to the
yeah.
website says AI assist. So I just want to clarify to everybody, what exactly is AI assist? What does that mean? Just in case I'm an agent and I'm like, okay, cool. There's AI. Great. But what AI? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, so there's AI tracking behavior. And what that does is when you add a contact and you put in, let's say, a seller as their type of contact, or you add them to a campaign, or you set them up for safe searches, meaning property alert. What happens is there's a rating and there's 3 stars, and the more stars that are, filled in, the higher intent this contact is. And so how that those stars get filled in is every time that contact is going to your website, looking at properties, opening up your emails, clicking on things in your emails, AI is tracking that, AI
Mm,
tracking, and it's saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give this contact 2 stars because they are engaging with your emails, they're opening and clicking on properties. Like, this is a high intent contact." So, that's where, to your question, the AI is basically helping you know who that higher intent contact is. And
got it.
it also, like, there's another aspect to the AI where if you are creating your own, email campaigns, you can say, "Hey, use the smart text," which is AI. "Here's what I wanna say." Either polish it, make it more formal, make it shorter, make it, funnier, whatever you want, and it will generate the content for you. And
Yeah.
then boom. You know what I mean? Once again, the AI part is to help you be more intentional and also for you to be more efficient with your work.
Exactly. So it's not AI replace, it's AI assist.
No. Assist.
Right.
Assist. Yes.
Awesome. So look, recapping, like the big idea here is, and we've been talking about this on the socials with content, but you got to let the system do its thing, right? Trust in the system, build it the right way. This is going to allow you to work much. more efficiently, right? So,
Yeah.
I think if I'm an agent, I want you guys to go out and do this. Go and find one follow-up gap in your pipeline and
Mhm.
automate it, but have a look at your system. Are you leveraging the tools that are available to you in 2026?
Yeah.
Are your competitors showing up before you? Are your competitors I mean, I can guarantee you your competitors are out there thinking, "How can I leverage AI and technology to be a better agent?" So, you
Yeah.
need to do the same and, just be honest with yourself. If your pipeline isn't perfect, how can it be better? And then, we've got plenty of resources. You can definitely go to agentelite.com/visible for the visible agent guide. And I believe agentelite.com/IDX dash website will
Yes.
basically explain pretty much everything we've been talking about. But very powerful stuff. And I want you guys to go out there and let the system do its work. But if you don't have a system, hey, call us up, drop us a message. And if this podcast episode was valuable, share it with an agent that needs to hear it. Other than that, I'm
Yep.
good, Blake. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. I think you ended it well. To add, I'm gonna challenge everyone that's listening today to take 20 minutes to look at their CRM that they have or maybe don't have, and look at it and reflect and say, is this organized or does this feel overwhelming? And if it feels overwhelming, call us up.
Love it.
That's all.
All right.
It's
Well, we'll see
Friday.
you guys next week. Have a good one. Talk to you soon, Blake.
Woo, woo. Have a good one.